Good beginning makes a good end. Happy New Year to you all. Today is the first Monday of the new month, the first opportunity to have a great week. Let's start moving towards our today's class. Let today be the start of something new. A very good morning, dear children. Today we are going to start a new chapter, Statistics. Unit 6, Statistics. Statistics is a way to get information. Statistics, if you input any data, the output is information. Data. Data is a collection of facts such as numbers, words, measurements and observations. It has two types, that is primary data and secondary data. Primary data, these are the data that are collected directly from the source of their origin. It is the original data, example, survey, experiment, interview, observation. Then secondary data, these are the data that are collected by some other persons. It is not original data because it is already collected. Example, books, newspapers, government publications and websites. It is a first-hand data because the person is going to collect the information directly from the particular person. So it is a first-hand data. Secondary data is a second-hand data because already it is collected information. So from there we are going to collect it. So it is a second-hand data. It will be more expensive and it will be economical. Primary data will be more costlier than secondary data. Secondary data is economical. Then the information is more accurate in primary data. In secondary data, it will be comparatively less. Time consuming, it will take more, and in secondary data, the time consuming will be quick and easy. Frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution. A frequency distribution is the arrangement of the given data in the form of the table showing frequency with which each variable occurs. There are two types of distribution table, namely frequency distribution table for ungrouped data and frequency distribution table for grouped data. Range, the difference between the largest and the smallest values of the given data of the data given. For example, if 5, 15, 10, 7, 20, 18 are the data, then the range is here maximum value is 20, here maximum value is 20 and the minimum value is 5. So we can subtract largest minus smallest, that is 20 minus 5 equal to 15. Therefore range will be 15. So range is the difference between the largest and the smallest value of the data given. Then construction of frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. Ungrouped data are discrete data. And ungrouped data can assume only whole numbers and exact measurement. Assume only whole numbers and exact measurements. These are the data that cannot have a range of values. A usual way to represent this is by using bar graphs. Examples. Number 1, the number of teachers in a school. Second one, the number of players in a game. And example 6.1, form an ungrouped frequency distribution table for the weight of 25 students in standard 4 given below and answer the following questions. Here some data are given and first subdivision is find the range of weights. Range, how will you find? Maximum minus minimum value. Then second subdivision, how many of the students has the highest weight in the class. Third subdivision, what is the weight to which more number of students belong to. Fourth subdivision is how many of them belong to the least weight. Solution, to form a distribution table, arrange the given data in ascending order under weight column, then put a vertical mark against each variable under tally marks column and count the number of tally marks against the variable and enter it in the frequency column as given below. Hence the frequency table is, here we can form a tabular column. The tabular column, the values are weight and tally marks and frequency. Here the number of values are given 25, 24 and till 25 values are given, 25 student weights are given. So we are going to arrange it in ascending order. So here the minimum value is 15 and the maximum value is 27. So 15, what are the values are repeated, that values we can arrange it in a tabular column. We can list it below under weight. That is 15, 16, 18, 20, 24, 25 and 27. Now we are going to find out the tally mark. When we are using tally mark, it will be easy to count the number of students' weights. So tally marks weight, how many 15s are given in the data. So here 1, 2 and 3. So we can draw the tally mark as 3. 3 lines, 3 vertical lines we can draw. In frequency column we can write 3. Then 16. How many 16s are there? That is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 16s are there. So we can write the frequency as 4. Then 18. 1, 2 and 3. So 3 18s are there. In tally mark place we can draw 3 vertical lines. In frequency place we can write 3. Then 20. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we can draw the vertical lines 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then frequency place we can write 5. Then 24. 1, 2. So 2 24s are there. So we can write 2. Then 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. So frequency place we can write 6. Then 27. 1 and 2. So 2, 27. So 2 vertical line we have drawn. Then we can find out the total. So 3 plus 4, 7. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. 17 plus 6, 23. 23 plus 2, 25. So in given question, weight of 25 students are given. So total also we have got correctly. Then we can start answering the given questions. So find the range of weights. So here the range of the data means difference between the largest and the smallest value. So here the range maximum value is 27 and the minimum value is 15. So 27 minus 15 is 12. So the range is 12. Division. How many of the students has the highest weight in the class? Here highest weight already we have found, that is 27. So how many of the students has the highest weight? In frequency column we can find, that is 2. So from this table 2 of the students have the highest weight of 27 kilogram. Then third subdivision, what is the weight to which more number of students belong to? So from the frequency table which number occurs more time? We can find that is 6. 6 belongs to 25. Therefore 6 students belong to 25 kilogram weight. Then last subdivision, how many of them belong to the least weight? Here least weight is 15. So how many of them are belong to least weight? That is 3. Therefore 3 students belong to the least weight of 15 kilogram. Construction of frequency distribution table for the grouped data. Grouped data are continuous data. A grouped data is any value within a certain interval. The data can take values between certain range with the highest and the lowest value. Continuous data can be tabulated in what is called as frequency distribution. They can be graphically represented using histograms. Example, the age of persons in a village and the height and the weight of the students of your class. Now we will consider a situation. If we collect a data of marks for 50 students, it becomes very difficult to put tally for each and every marks of all the 50 students, because if we arrange the marks in a table, it will be very large in length and not understandable at once. In this case, we use the class intervals. In this table, consider the groups of data in the form of class intervals to tally the frequency for the given data. The range of the variable is grouped into number of classes and each group is known as class interval. The difference between the upper limit and the lower limit of the class is known as class size. The difference between the upper limit and the lower limit of the class is known as class size. Therefore, class interval is equal to upper limit minus lower limit. Inclusive series. In the class intervals, if the upper limit and the lower limit are included in that class interval, then it is called inclusive series. For example, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, etc. is an inclusive series. Here, the data 11 and 20 are included in the class and so on. Clearly, it is a discontinuous series. So, inclusive series is discontinuous series. Then exclusive series, in the class intervals, if the upper limit of one class interval is the lower limit to the lower limit of the next class interval, then it is called exclusive series. If the upper limit of one class interval is the lower limit of the next class interval, then it is called exclusive series. For example, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, etc. is an exclusive series. And here the values are continuous. 10 to 15, the next class sizes starts from 15. So it will be continuous series. Inclusive series, it will be a discontinuous series. Exclusive series, it will be continuous series. Here 15 is included in the class 15 to 20 and 20 is included in the next class interval, that is 20 to 30. Therefore, clearly it is a continuous series. Construction of grouped frequency distribution table. It is a continuous series. Example 6.2. The EB bill of each of the 26 houses in a village are given below. Construct the frequency table. Here already values are in the tabular given in a tabular column. So first we are going to find out the grouped frequency distribution table. So here maximum bill amount is, here first maximum value we can find out. Here the maximum value is 800 and the minimum bill amount is 120. Here it is. So maximum bill amount is 800 and the minimum bill amount is 120. So range we can find. Range means largest value minus smallest value. 800 minus 120, that is 680. Now we are going to find out the class size. That is, suppose if we want to take the class interval size as 100, then the number of possible class intervals equal to range by class size. This is a formula for finding number of possible class intervals. Here the values are given from 122 till 800 is given. So we cannot tabulate all the values in the tabular column. So we are going to take the class size as 100. Then number of possible class intervals equal to range by class size. Range already we have found, that is 680. And the class size we have taken as 100. So 680 by 100. So double zeros in the denominator. So we can leave the last two digits and place the decimal point, that is 6.8. Approximately it will be 7. So 7 class intervals we are going to make. Approximately we are going to make 7 class intervals. So now we can, the values are start from 120. So no need to go 0 to 100. So we can start from 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500, 500 to 600, 600 to 700 and 700 to 800. Then we can find out the tally marks. 100 to 200, how many values are given. So from the tabular column we can tabulate the values in tally mark and frequency we can find out. So finally we can add all the values. 3 plus 6 is 9, 9 plus 6 15, 15 plus 2 17, 17 plus 2 19, 19 plus 2 3 22, 22 plus 4 26. So total value is 26. Question also they have given 26 houses. So we have framed the frequency table. Representation of the frequency distribution for ungrouped data. A graphical representation is the geometrical image of a set of data. It is a mathematical picture. It enables us to think about a statistical problem in visual terms. A picture is said to be more effective than words for describing a particular thing. The graphical representation of data is more effective for understanding. In the previous classes, we have studied some graphical representations of ungrouped data such as line graph, bar graph, and pictograph. Now we are going to represent the given ungrouped data in the circular form, namely the pie diagram or the pie chart. Pie chart or pie diagram. A pie chart is a circular graph which shows the total value with its components. The circle is divided into sectors and the area of the sectors is proportional to the information given. The area of the circle represents the total value and the different sectors of the circle represent the different components. In the pie chart, the data are mostly expressed in the percentage. Each component is expressed as a percentage of the total value. Uses of pie chart. Pie charts are widely used by the business and the media people. With the help of pie charts, one can show how the expenditure of the government or industry is distributed over different heads. Research people use these type of charts to show their results. These are the uses of pie chart. 1. Page 220. First problem, fill in the blanks. Data has already been collected by some other person. Some other person is dash data. The data is collected from some other person is called as secondary data. The upper limit of the class interval 25 to 35 is 25. This is the upper limit of the class interval. This is the lower limit of the class interval. The range of the data 200, 15, 20, 103, 3, 196. Range, the formula is maximum minus range is maximum minus minimum. Here the maximum value is 200 and the minimum value is 3. Therefore 197. This is the range. So answer is 197. If a class size is 10 and the range is 80, then the number of classes are, the formula is number of class interval is range by class size. Here range is given as 80 and then class size is given as 10. So we can cancel the zeros. So the number of classes are 8. Pie chart is a dash graph. It is a circular graph. Upper limit of the class interval is 35. Please change the answer, students. Second problem. Say true or false. Inclusive series is a continuous series. Now only we have seen. So inclusive series is discontinuous series. So it is false. Comparison of parts of a whole may be done by a pie chart. It is true. Media and business people use pie charts. Yes, true. A pie diagram is a circle broken down into component sectors. This is also true. Then third problem, represent the following data in ungrouped frequency table which gives the number of children in 25 families. So here 25 number of children in 25 families are given. So first we can find out how many numbers are given. So that is 25 numbers are given. Here it starts from 0 and the maximum value is 6. So we can list out the values 0 to 6. Now we are going to find out the tally mark for 0 to 6. So first is 0. So how many zeros are there? We can find out 1 and 2. So tally mark we can write 2 vertical lines. Then number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So 4 vertical lines. Then number 4, 1, 2 and 3. So 3 vertical lines for 4. Then 5, 1, 2, 3. Then 6, only 1, 6. So we can write all the values. First one is 2. Then second one is 6. Third one is also 6. Then 4, 3, 3 and 1. So we can count now. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 plus 6, 14. 14 plus 4, 18. 18 plus 3, 21. 21 plus 3, 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So we have got the correct total. So here it is given total families are 25. Therefore this is the frequency table. Fourth problem. Form a continuous frequency distribution table for the marks obtained by 30 students in a 10th standard public examination. Here marks are given for 30 students. Now we are going to find out the continuous frequency distribution table. So first maximum marks we can write. Here the maximum mark is 495. Then minimum mark is 157. So range is maximum marks minus minimum marks, that is 495 minus 157. When you subtract you can get 338. Now we are going to take the class size as 100. If you are taking 50 it will be more values. So we can take it as 100. So number of possible class interval is formula is range by class size. Range is 338 and the class size we have taken as 100. If you are dividing by 100 we can leave 2 digits from the last and place the decimal point. That is 3.38. That is approximately 4 class intervals, possible class intervals we can make. That is here minimum first value is 157. Minimum value is 157. So we can tabulate 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400 and 400 to 500. Now we can find out 100 to 200. Now we are going to calculate the value 100 to 199. 200 value we cannot take. So 100 to 199. So we can tabulate, we can find out the values. One and 2. Frequency also 2. Then 200 to 300. So 200 to 299. 300 we cannot take. So 200 to 300. So we can find out the values. So 200 to 299. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Tally mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Frequency is 9. Then 300 to 400. Now we are going to take 300 to 399. 400 we cannot take. So 300, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So tally mark 12 vertical lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So frequency is 12. Then 400 to 500, that is 400 to 499. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can write 7 in frequency column. Now we can add all that. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 plus 12 is 23. 23 plus 7 is 30. Therefore, total is 30 students. This is the frequency table, continuous frequency distribution table. I hope you all have understood about what is data and its types and the frequency distribution table for grouped and ungrouped data. Thank you, dear children. Take care.